Hey YouTube, Dawson Ryder here with my review of the Gold and Graphite Ranger Dino Cycles. So these are pretty much just like the Dino Cycles we got in the first waves, which had the red, black, and blue Rangers. However, they are now part of the two newest Rangers to show up in the series, Gold and Graphite. There are some slight differences, but let's just go ahead and jump in. I'll go ahead and start with Graphite since his figure's out here. There's been no changes made to these cycle figures that we have. As I mentioned in the original Dino Cycles review, I think that they're moving certain steps in the right direction, like making it the 5-inch scale, making it a little bit more posable, like you can actually move his legs and bend them as well here. Same thing with the arms, you can move them around here and bend them. So it's not like a fixed pose, really bad looking figure. So that's a step in the right direction. You can't twist his arms around, so they're always stuck looking this way, which is kind of annoying. And obviously, you can tell just by looking at it, he's very, very basic. The paint on these is still some of the worst of the line, especially you can see there, especially gray, because gray is already associated with being boring. Not that I don't like the Ranger design, it's just the color in general is associated with it, and like him being mainly gray without any of the details on him makes him look like in a cartoon when they have an episode where like all the life is sucked out of whatever town they live in and everyone turns gray. That's what it looks like here. I mean, you do have stuff like the little sash here, his little symbol there, which is nice they actually include that, and some of the details on his helmet, but like I said with these before, they're moving steps in the right direction in terms of making these cycle figures appealing again, so I'm hoping they continue to improve on them, so they're significantly better, not significantly, but definitely better than like the Megaforce and Super Megaforce cycle figures, but still not quite up to par with what they could be. But yeah, that's that. I'm automatically more excited and like these more than the original ones, just based on the bias of the 6 Ranger and other Ranger stuff is usually cooler. And as I mentioned in my review of the action heroes, I'm excited to pretty much have anything Graphite, Aqua, or Purple, or Silver related in the future, because you never really got anything in Japan for them. So like, I'm excited to have pretty much anything from it. Unfortunately, he does have that sort of skinny helmet problem the main figure had, but still, it's really cool just to have another figure of this Ranger, because like I said, we never got anything. Alright, so his bike is right here. It is the same base mold as the other Dino Cycles, the only real difference being this little weapon piece here, which you can actually take off. If we can actually pull it off, there we go, and it actually can go in his hand, which I guess is kind of a neat little additional type thing that they did to make it a little bit more playable. If you can actually get it in his hand, there we go, so you can have like this little weapon here, so you have that with these, and he's got like the Bronco colored cycle, like it's like perfect Bronco colors, and you can separate it here and it will become 2 dinosaurs like that. And you can mix and match any of these. You can mix and match these 2 dinos with golds or any of the previous 3 released, and if they continue to do more anything like this that are mix and matchable, you can. They're very basic. I think it's a really neat idea of the little raptors, of the design in general. And it's got Zord builder ports, so you can also combine these with Zords and stuff like that. But the cycles are very basic. I don't think that the color of orange and blue fits with Graphite like at all. I don't know like where they're getting their color ideas for who goes with what. I'm not really sure what the thinking is there on that. Here is Gold's. The figure has the same exact articulation as Graphite, so I don't really need to bother going over that. He's also very basic. I think he's probably the best looking individual bike figure, just based on the fact that I think that the gold plastic they're using here looks good. It actually has a nice shine to it, and the silver contrasts off of it well, and you got like the shoulder pads and stuff, and the slight details on his helmet. Still basic, but I think that it's definitely, for me, the best looking individual bike figure out of all of the 5 released so far. He just looks kind of cooler that way. Like I said, same articulation. His bike is like lime green and blue, which again, not sure what they were thinking there. You can also pull this piece off for a weapon. I'm just going to leave it on there though, which actually looks kind of cool because it's like a lightning bolt right there. And you can obviously separate these as well into 2 different ones. And like I said, there's mix and matching that is able to happen. I think that this one could have been cooler, like maybe if the back half was black or something, or maybe just continued the gray, because the blue here with the like sort of gold lightning bolt actually fits pretty well with gold, because he's primarily gold but he's got like the blue accents here. So I think that if they had not knocked Graphite over so rudely, then they wouldn't have gotten canceled. No, they didn't cancel, but I think that if they had just chosen a different color for back here, it actually could have been pretty neat looking, because just looking at here, trying to ignore the green in the background, the pea soup, it's actually, the color scheme fits pretty well in terms of the blue and gold going together. I'm not sure what they were going for with any of the color choices. Like I said, most of them don't seem to fit that well. I suppose I can mix and match them around to possibly find a better combo, but for what they are on their own, they just really don't fit for me color-wise. But yeah, anyway, that's about it. Same thing with the Dino Cycle, like, you know, original review. These aren't really must-haves. They're not the greatest toys in the line. If you really like cycles, maybe pick up one to see what you think, but they're a pretty easy pass. Like I said, I do like these a bit more than the other ones, but that's pretty much just a bias based on the fact that I wanted figures for these Rangers and Graphite in particular. But overall, I think they're an easy pass. If you had to get one, I would say Gold, solely because his figure is the best looking, but they're definitely a pretty easy pass. I said that like 3 times, and I'm hoping in the future that they continue to improve on the cycle figures, because if they do, I think they could actually end up being pretty neat again. But anyway, that's about it. Until next time, make sure you check out the Crazy Podcast at writersrangersrambles.com, and of course, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, Dawson Ryder, signing out.